Hey guys, it's FrostFire 14. I am your new coach, replacement coach of the Colorado Rapidash for the last 4 weeks of the NPA and maybe playoffs. I did make 2 trades going into these last 4 weeks. I traded Venomoth and Feraligatr for Scolipede and Mantine, as you can see on the screen. I feel like they just provide better utility for our team. Mantine has stuff like Defog, which can be very nice haze for step sweepers, and Scolipede is just a sword stance, speed boost sweeper, sweeps very easily, has good coverage. So getting into our prep for Leo, as you can see, we brought Mega Aggron, Scolipede, Mantine, Latios, Mimikyu, and Licky Licky. What we didn't bring is Crocodile and Rampardos because they are weak to Mamoswine, Mega Gallade, and Manphy, which are all pretty much the biggest threats to our team, and so we just didn't feel like they were very needed. Infernape and Gourgeist were in consideration, but we just felt that Licky Licky's Heal Bell support or Wish support, which we'll see later, is a lot more valuable in this game. And Rotom Fan, we just felt like was not needed in this game due to the matchup. So getting into our prep, we have the Groundium Z Scolipede with the Speed Boost obviously, 12 HP, 252 attack, and then 244 speed. This allows us to outspeed the Mega Gallade with a Jolly Nature, so we always outspeed the Mega Gallade. We have Sword Stance, Mega Horn, Poison Jab, and Earthquake, because this is basically perfect coverage for his team. Our next one is Mantine, with the Wakan Berry, Water Absorb. We have 252 HP, 134 defense, 4 special attack, and 140 special defense with a Calm Nature. We have Scald, Mirror Coat, Roost, and Defog. The main thought of the set is to take it can take a +3 and a +6. Hidden Power Electric from Manphy, and Oko back with Mirror Coat, so it's basically our Manphy check for this game. We have Mega Aggron, which has 252 HP, 4 attack, and 252 defense with an Impish Nature. It has Heavy Slam, Whirlpool, Counter, and Stealth Rock. So Heavy Slam is obviously just standard for Mega Aggron. Whirlpool is to trap something like the Steelix, or pretty much the Steelix or the Druddigon, if that came, and just trap it, get residual damage off for something like Scolipede or Mimikyu to sweep late game. Counter for the Mega Gallade and Mamoswine, because if we're Mega Evolved and have taken no damage, we can take 2 close combat, we can take 1 close combat and counter back, same with Earthquake. So I just felt like that was very nice for like in tech. So we have both Counter and Mirror Coat. So we're bringing interesting stuff. We have Latitude, our Latios with the Choice Scarf, max special attack, 4 and special defense, and then max speed with a Timid Nature. Draco Meteor, Psyshock, Surf, and Thunderbolt. This pretty much can nail everything on his team with a 2-hit KO, assuming the right prediction. So that'll be very useful for late game sweeping, for late game cleanups. Our next one is Snuggles, the Mimikyu. We have the red card on it. We have 252 attack, 4 special defense, and then 252 speed, Jolly Nature. With just the standard Sword Stance, Play Rough, Shadow Claw, and Shadow Sneak. So yeah, we're bringing a lot of either late game cleaners or sweepers. Mimikyu is our last of them, and then our last regular just supporting mon is Licky Licky for the Leftovers and Oblivious ability. We have 252 HP, 44 defense, 200 special defense, and 12 speed with a Careful Nature. We have Body Slam, Wish, Heal Bell, and Knockoff. The Heal Bell and Wish is mostly just to keep Mantine and Mega Aggron, our main walls, healthy. So going into this game, my predictions for the Mons were Manaphy, Mamoswine, Steelix, Mega Gallade, Druddigon, and Hydreigon. He's bringing Manaphy, Steelix, Mega Gallade, Hydreigon, Rotomo, and Quillfish. and obviously our team is on the screen, so we can start the battle now. So, going into the game, figured it would be pretty smart just to lead off with the Mega Aggron, because we can get up Stealth Rocks. We basically just have a lot of options, which I felt was really nice early game. So here we send out our shiny Aggron, and he sends out Rotom-Mow. So right now I'm thinking he can either like Volt Switch or Will-O-Wisp are my main ideas for what he can do. So I just Mega Evolve and go for our Stealth Rocks because there's really no disadvantage to doing this. And he just Volt Switches out. And we see from this damage that he doesn't have that much special attack. So that's good to know for later. He brings in the Steelix on our Stealth Rocks. So that is good. We go for our Stealth Rocks. And this next turn, we decide to whip out one of our tech moves. We use Whirlpool, drop the Steelix, and like I was saying, get residual damage for Scolipede for it to later sweep. So he gets up his Stealth Rocks, and yeah, so now we both have Stealth Rocks on our sides. I'm gonna try and probably defog his off later, hopefully. And so he takes a little bit of the Whirlpool damage here after his leftovers. So now here we reveal yet another what's called trick up our sleeves. He goes for the Earthquake, we take about 40 damage, and then we are able to use our counter and counter him back, bringing him to about half HP. After his leftovers and the Whirlpool, it's about half HP. So we're looking pretty good for the Scolipede sweep right now, because we don't even have to waste our ground EMG on this thing. So we can probably use that on Quillfish later. So now we go into our Latios Latitude on his Earthquake, which is we made the good prediction. It was a safe play for him to go Earthquake though. So he gets just about below half, and we decide to go for a Surf, which is able to pick up the KO. So we're up 6-5 right now, so we're looking really good. Yeah, so Steelix goes down, and he decides to go into Manaphy. So right now I'm thinking that like Manaphy can obviously get a free Tail Glow up. So I decided to go into our Mantine, so then we can, like I was saying earlier, like block his sweep with the Miracle and the Wakan Berry, because that's basically the only thing that he can go for. But he reveals that he is actually a knockoff. He has knockoff, and that was a low roll from like Timid, I believe. So now he goes for a U-turn. He gets a mid-higher roll, and so he goes into his Rotom-Mow. So he has pretty much all the momentum right now for the Volt turn. And I just decide to defog, so then the Scolipede later can probably sweep, hopefully. So Mantine is not looking in the greatest situations right now. So we decided to go into Latitude because we can take like a Leaf Storm or a Volt Switch. He can trick us a Choice Scarf or a Choice. Actually, no, that wouldn't be Choice Spect. But maybe he can swap us a Choice Scarf for our Choice Scarf. But he just decides to go back into Manaphy. So, from here we don't want our Choice Scarf knocked off. So we go into our Mega Aggron, which can take the knock off and get rocks back up. But he goes for the U-turn. So that was a very good play, because it denies us our rocks, probably. So he goes into his Rotom-Mow, and I'm thinking I can probably live any hit and get my Stealth Rocks up. But it turns out that he's Electrium Z, so he's able to Electrium Z me, and because we have no special defense investment, he is able to kill us with this, but this doesn't mean that we have the switch momentum, so we can go on to like something like maybe Latios or our Scolipede or even Mimikyu and see what we can do from here. So yeah, so Jed goes down, so now it's 5-5. So we decided to bring in our Scolipede Maserati Bug, which can like Sword Stance up or something, which is a big threat to his team. So he decides to switch out his Rotom-Mow as he goes into the Quillfish, and so I calced it, and a +1 Sword Stance Ground EMZ does in fact knock this thing out. So the next turn I decide we can probably sweep as long as like we kill him. So I popped the Z move. Here's this Groundium Z. I love this Z move animation. So Scolpede is using Groundium Z on the Quillfish. So if this Groundium Z does pick up the KO, then we can basically sweep him because based on what we've seen, Manatee is probably a bulkier set. So that will probably take one, but I won't be able to take it well. So as you see, Scolpede does not knock it out because he has a Sugar Berry and he goes for a freaking explosion. So he literally prepped just for the Scolpede. He probably brought this Quillfish just for the Scolpede, which is honestly, it was a great counter. But our Scolpede is able to live it on just a sliver of HP, and he goes into Mega Gallade here. So even though I'm +1 attack and like +3 speed, I switch out because I'm thinking he has the Shadow Sneak. And so I go into the Mantine to sack it off because it doesn't really have much use because he has like Rotom, Mo, Volt Switch, etc. So I go into this thing. He goes for the Shadow Sneak as I expected. And it's able to live it obviously, but I just let him kill me this next turn with a Zen Headbutt. So there goes Mantine, which honestly wasn't needed. I'm sorry, Austin, that you're dead, but he's good. So now we go into a Mimikyu because he hits us, we can Sword Stance and red card him out, so he does go for the Zen Headbutt. We are hoping for no flinch, hoping we get the disguise obviously so we don't take any damage. It's broken though, and he gets switched out for the red card. So the red card swaps him out into the Okada, the Manaphy, as we just go for a Sword Stance. So we're looking in a really good position right now. As long as we can kill the Manaphy and he doesn't burn us, we are looking really, really good. So we go for the Play Rough, and he is able to live it, and he scalds us. So we're just hoping not for no burn, and we do not get a burn. So we just go for a second Play Rough, and we pick up the KO on the Manaphy. So we're looking really good right now. He does bring out Hydreigon, which we figured is either Choice Scarf or Life Orb, and it can probably kill us with a Dragon, either a Flash Cannon or a Iron Tail, but he goes for a Flash Cannon. So we were able to get the momentum and go into this thing and go into Licky Licky. We take not much at all. So we think that he's Life Orb and that he's Choice Scarf here because he switches out, not U-turns. He goes into the Rotom. So we are able to Body Slam it. It doesn't do much at all. So like we said, we figured he's kind of a bulkier set. So from here he just goes for a Toxic, and I'm thinking like he can't really do much to me because he's already shown off his Z move. He's already shown off Volt Switch. So we just go for another Body Slam. We have Heal Bell to heal it off. And so we got him under half now. So we're looking really good for the like Mimikyu coming in late game, or mostly Latios to Draco. So we go into our Scolipede here because we figured he'd Pain Split up because he still has a move slot left, but he goes for the Reflect. So we're thinking this is probably really bad for us, and we go for the Mega Horn that had a chance to kill, and we miss it, and he kills us. This is so big because you'll see later, he has one more. This is like another sack on his team. So it's just so bad for us that he dodged it, because if we killed him, then that was basically the match sealed. So we go into Mimikyu because I calced it, and I can in fact live the Shadow Sneak. And I thought that he would go for a Zen Headbutt, so I Shadow Sneaked myself because he can always live a Shadow Sneak with ease and go for Zen Headbutt, so he wouldn't get any damage. But he does go for Shadow Sneak. If I did go for Shadow Claw, then that would have gotten a lot more damage, but I just figured I'd be safe in Shadow Sneak. So Mimikyu goes down. Crit did not matter in any world. So he's looking pretty good. He has the Reflect up. But Latios is able to come in. And see, this is where it's crucial. If he had the Rotom, he couldn't, he had to either sack the Mega Gallade or the Hydreigon. So this is huge, the fact that he has another sack to Latios. So that basically means that he can now go into either Mega Galade or the Hydreigon and pick up a kill versus me, which is really bad. Or before he just have to sack something. He goes into the Hydreigon, we figure it's a Scarf set, and he still doesn't know if he wore a Scarf. So, because Latios speed ties with Mega Galade, so maybe it could have been, so he figured maybe it could have been like a plate or something, like a Draco plate. So we go into Licky Licky because we were hoping he will go for like a Draco Meteor, but he goes into the Mega Galade with the U-turn. So Licky Licky, we pretty much decide that Licky Licky isn't doing much at all this late game, because this is here, and then, yeah, we don't have a switch in the close combat. So we just decide to let Licky Licky go down. So it's basically Latios versus the world now. So we are hoping, basically with the calcs, Latios has to get a crit the last turn to seal the deal. So we're able to, because he has the drops now, we can actually kill the Mega Galade. But he decides to sack the Hydreigon, so then he can live with his Mega Galade. So here's the Draco. Latios gets another kill, which is honestly really nice. But yeah, we get for the Draco. Obviously, it knocks the Hydreigon out. So now he can bring in the Mega Galade again. As we are Scarf, we're only locked into this. So we basically gotta hope for a crit. So he's able to Shadow Sneak us, and that is a 2-hit KO. As you can see from the damage. So basically, we just have to hope for a crit right now. So we go for the Draco. We do hit it. Do we get the crit? That's the question. The Draco Meteor comes down, and we do not get the crit. So so he's able to Shadow Sneak us off next turn for the game. So basically, tough loss. We could have won had we not missed that Mega Horn, but it is 85% accurate. And then it was kind of like a 50-50 with the Zen Headbutt Shadow Sneak with the Mega Galade. But if I did get the Shadow Claw off with the Mimikyu, then it was probably in range of a Draco. So I don't know. It was like lots of 50-50s, and the miss obviously impacted us a ton. But I'm really impressed that we were able to only lose 1-0. So next week we play Kelly and his Maryland Terrapins. So I'm hoping we can bounce back for week 10 and hopefully seal a playoff spot soon. So yeah, thank you all for watching. And yeah, cheer us. Colorado Rapidash is off. Bye guys.